Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Latshaw McCarthy Field for tonight's Pac-10 matchup between the visiting Methacton Warriors and your hometown Norristown Eagles. Norristown comes into the game with an 0-8 record in the Pac-10, 1-9 overall, going up against a tough Methacton team who is 7-3, always a juggernaut in the Pac-10. Don Prieto on the mound for Norristown, and we are underway as the first pitch is on the inside corner for a strike, 0-1 to Perry Corda. It's a nice night for baseball. See, the temperature has actually gone up as the day has proceeded. Curveball is a beauty. No balls and 2 strikes on Perry Corda. Prieto in the warm-up looked like he was having a little problems with his control and seems to settle in now that we are underway. Here's the windup and the 0-2 pitch. Fastball. Corda's late on it, fouls him back and out of play. As the Stony Creek claims another baseball. We'll see how many we have. May have to have some people go down there fishing for them. Prieto gets a sign from Hahn. Here's the windup and the 0-2 off the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Perry Corda. Leadoff hitter, plays center field for this Warrior squad. They come in at a 7-3 record. And a late time call. Normally don't see that. Prieto in his windup already. Home plate umpire granted Corda time. It's a shame, too, because I think that pitch would have been on the outside corner. Nevertheless, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Curveball, got him. Corda can't believe it. He thought it was off the outside part of the plate. He's shocked. But nevertheless, 1 up and 1 down as Prieto, with good use of the fastball and curveball early on, retires the first batter. Now batting from Methacton, number 11, Connor Smith. Connor Smith now up to bat for the Warriors. Prieto just misses off the outside part of the plate. Got to figure he's going to try to extend that plate as long as possible, getting the beneficial of a questionable call earlier. Here's the windup, 1-0. Fastball's on the outside corner. Don Prieto has been a mainstay for Norristown on the mound this year as they have struggled. Most of their struggles have been offensively, not so much defensively. When you look at their scores, they've certainly had an opportunity to win a few league games, just haven't been able to crack it. Line drive, right at shortstop Tyler Gorman, and that's going to be the second out of the inning. Now batting for Methacton, number 13, Demetrio Rodriguez. So an excellent start so far for Prieto. As a strikeout and the line out, and he's got a chance to retire the Warriors in order if he can get Demetrio Rodriguez, who waves and misses at a curveball. Prieto gets his sign from Hahn. He comes from the windup and the 0-1. Curveball just off the inside corner. Now the windup. Pitch fouled right back and out of plays. Rodriguez was right on that pitch. It's been a tough season weather-wise for these baseball kids. It's been an abnormally cold April, and they have had to endure conditions not normal for this time of year in this part of the country. But tonight, a nice night. Now swing and a miss, strike 3. And Don Prieto sets him up, sets him down. And we will head to the bottom of the first. No score.
You can't, it's hard. I don't know why it's so low.
I didn't hear the Star Spangled Banner.
You can hear it if you're right.
Leading off for the Norristown Eagles, number 6, Ben Carty. And so after the Eagles set down Methacton in order in the top of the first inning, they'll try to get something going offensively in the bottom half of this inning. As Ben Carty, the right fielder, will lead it off. And the lefty Colin Schrader starts him with a fastball high and away. Carty comes from the windup and the 1-0 on the outside corner, and you can clearly tell this plate is being extended tonight. It certainly looks like it's going to be a pitcher's umpire, at least at the start of this game, which is fine as long as he is consistent. Swing and a miss at a changeup. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ben Carty, leadoff hitter for Norristown. Just underway here from Latshaw McCarthy Stadium in Norristown's annual game here. That ball is dribbled foul down the third baseline. Carty stays alive. Now Schrader with a windup and the 1-2. That's a curveball, and he froze him. Big slow curveball, froze Carty, and there's first out of the bottom of the first.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 3, Antonio Dunn.
So Antonio Dunn now steps up to the plate for the Eagles, wearing number 3, playing third base. He takes a fastball high and away. So we can see Schrader, a 3-pitch pitcher, big overhand curveball, fastball, and a changeup. And Dunn fouls the next pitch, backing out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike to the Eagles' third baseman. Schrader's windup and the 1-1 pitch. That ball is cued out the right field, but it's going to hang up, and it is caught by the right fielder Chris Douglas. 2 outs as they had him played perfectly there. Ball does not carry very well. Even though it is a nice night for baseball, it's still pretty cool out there, so going to be tough to get one over an outfielder's head.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 22, Don Prieto.
So the big bopper for Norristown, Don Prieto, as he is right on top of that plate as he cues one just foul down the right field line. Prieto, Jr., went to Norristown, left and came back, and he's been the mainstay for this Eagle team this year. Now the windup by Schrader. Takes a curveball. 1 ball and 1 strike to Prieto. And you can see the word's out on him as that left fielder is playing pretty deep. A lot of room in the outfield for Dom if he can lift one out there. Swings and misses at a curveball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Have to shorten a swing here, try to put the ball in play. Wind up and the 1-2. That is in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. As you can see, Schrader's motive when he gets ahead, try to get him to chase some junk, see if they can get themselves out. Prieto wise to lay off. 2-2 pitches swung on and missed. Fastball high and away. And both pitchers match each other with 3 up and 3 down, so we'll go to the top of the second, rather. No score. So we are ready to start the top of the second inning, as we have not yet had a base runner. Both pitchers did an excellent job in that first inning, retiring all three batters that they faced. Prieto comes with gas right away, and looks like he caught Christian by surprise as a fastball is over for a strike. 0-1. Open stance here by Ben Christian. Powerful senior player. Takes a curveball in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nice crowd on hand tonight, as it always is for a rivalry that has existed for the amount of time Norristown and Methacton have played each other. Ground ball to shortstop. Gorman has it, bobbles it, throws, and he is in time to retire the runner, as Gorman stayed with it, although he bobbled it. Christian got down the line in a hurry, but he is the first out here in the second inning.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 22, Chris Douglas.
Chris Douglas now up to the plate, as he takes a ball in the inside corner. He was surprised. Thought about it for a second, but gave Prieto the call. And I'll tell you, these guys are right on top of the plate. Big swing and a miss at a fastball. You see, the game has changed. As you stand on top of the plate 20 years ago, you're going to get a little chin music. Not anymore, though. Yeah. Prieto unhappy with the footing here he has at the mound. But he's got the jump on Douglas. No balls and 2 strikes. Here's the windup and the pitch. Fouled straight back, as Prieto went with the fastball. Douglas stays alive. This Methacton team, when they score in bunches, as they have scored double figures several times this year. Popped him up. Looks playable. And some miscommunication, and the ball is going to drop in between the second baseman and the right fielder. You certainly got to think that's either Ben Carty's ball or Jeremiah Levine's ball. But nevertheless, they'll have to go down as a single, but that should have been the second out of the inning.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 3, Lucas Jordan.
Jordan Lucas up to the plate now, as an unfortunate scenario. Should be 2 outs and nobody on, but harmless outfield fly, I don't know what you want to call it, a bit tweener there, fell because of some miscommunication amongst the Eagles, and now we got a runner on first with 1 out. Prieto misses off the outside corner. Jordan Lucas DHing tonight for the pitcher Colin Schrader, as the diminutive lefty puts the ball in play often. There goes the runner for second. Throw is on the money, and he is out, as Matt Hahn with a laser retires Chris Douglas for the second out of the inning. And I tell you, that was quite a setup right there, as Hahn got the ball out of his glove quickly and threw a laser down the second base to Tyler Gorman for the second out of the inning. So a chance now for Prieto to get out of this unscathed. He'll have to go get the DH, Jordan Lucas, swing and a miss. Prieto's a pretty fast worker when things are going his way. Gets the ball, goes. Keeps your defense on its toes. It certainly is working so far tonight, as that ball is fouled back out of play. There's a few fans down there flinched. Fortunately, they got that netting there to protect them, or else somebody would have taken one of the mush. Prieto comes from the windup. And the pitch. Ground ball right side. And it's going to be Chiodo, who takes it unassisted. So an excellent job by Prieto to overcome the miscommunication in the outfield. And we will head to the bottom of the second inning with no score.
Norristown Eagles, number 11, Matt Bates.
If you want to treat, you got to go watch our JV. Jeff Craig coach. How about that? Last week.
So Matt Bates leads it all for the Eagles here in the bottom of the second. No score. He takes a fastball in the outside corner for a strike. This is Bates, who's got some power. Watches a curveball, nick the outside corner, and he's in the hole, 0-2. That ball is grounded to third, backhanded, and an excellent play by Demetrio Rodriguez as he retires Bates. As it looks like we got some Wrigley Field grass as that ball was slowed very much so as it headed down the third base line.
COLs did not cut the grass today. That's all brand new.
Yeah, this lineup, I'm getting like these numbers are wrong or something to what I have. Nick Chiodo, like what happened to Nick Chiodo?
He's 20. He's after this guy.
Yeah, but he's listed here as
He's 23, right? Nick showed it was before Bates. He already. No, he's 20. He's after this guy. There you go.
ground ball in the hole and able to leg it out is number 10, Jeremiah Levine, and that'll be the first hit for the Eagles tonight. 1 on with 1 out.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 20, Chioki Bellamy.
I got the right numbers in the book then, because they're coming up right from me.
But he's talking the board. Chiodo is the number 4 hitter, right?
He's right in the book. He might mess that up.
Yeah, that's the number 4 hitter. Chiodo.
So now Norristown with a runner on, 1 out. They try to get something going offensively. And it's just a fine play by third baseman Demetrio Rodriguez why they don't have 2 on and nobody out to start this bottom half of the second inning. Stretching the pitch off the outside corner. Bellamy, another one who stands pretty close to the plate. Schrader, the windup and the pitch. Popped up, and it is going to be off the netting and no play. Good hustle there by a couple Warrior players, but unable to come down with it. So Schrader's got the jump on Bellamy. 1 ball, 2 strikes. As it's Jeremiah Levine at first base, who got the Eagles' first hit of the night. So now the stretch by Schrader. And the pitch, there goes the runner, swing and a miss. And throw over at second is not in time as Levine used his speed and was able to swipe second base. And now he got a runner in scoring position, an opportunity for the Norristown Eagles to take a lead here. It looked like the hit and run was on right there. Very hittable curveball, but Bellamy swung through it. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Schrader from the belt. The 2-2 pitch. Popped up, foul back and out of play, and that might have a car's name on it. Oh, a few feet away as people really risking it, parking so close. Just a matter of time before a window goes out and somebody's insurance company is going to be called. But Bellamy stays alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Levine, the runner at second. No score. Bottom of the second here at Latshaw McCarthy Field. Curveball is ripped to third base. Gets underneath the legs. Throw over to first base and not in time as good hustle by Bellamy. I think Methacton thought he was out, but good hustle by Bellamy as he legs down the they're going to call it have to be an E6 there. Levine had to stay at second as kind of an in-between hop there for Rodriguez, who made a fine play earlier.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 18, Matt Hahn.
So now 2 on and 1 out as the Eagles threaten to score. As the catcher, Matt Hahn, who just earlier, the top half of this inning, threw out a runner at second base to get Prieto out of a little bit of a jam. Fastball high and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Now the stretch and the 1-0 pitch. That is low for a ball. 2-0, and Schrader having a little bit of trouble with his command here to start this inning, as the Eagles have squared a few balls up, but they've just been right at Methacton players. Now the stretch and the 2-0. That misses high, 3-0. So we got Schrader 1 pitch away from walking the bases loaded here and really giving the Eagles a golden opportunity for a big inning. Most definitely think the take will be on here. Hahn does take, and he misses high and away. Ball 4, so now they're loaded.
Now batting for Norristown, number 16, Tyler Gorman.
So it's going to be Tyler Gorman up for Norristown with an opportunity to give his team a lead, something that's been a difficult thing for the Eagles this year. But a ripe opportunity right now for the Eagles as Tyler Whitten heads out to the mound to try to calm the lefty down, as he's had a little bit of trouble most recently with the last 2 batters. The bottom half of the Eagles lineup, you'd think Schrader would be able to have some success, but certainly an opportunity now for Norristown to crack the scoreboard here. So here we go. Schrader, with the bases loaded, is able to go from the windup. And here's the pitch. Curveball over for, curveball misses high. Looked pretty good. Thought that was a strike in the first inning, but when you miss consecutively, you're not going to get a lot of calls from the umpire. So the 1-0, that's in the dirt, 2-0. So with 6 straight balls out of the strike zone, I don't see any reason right now why Tyler Gorman is going to take the bat off his shoulder. Got to make Schrader at least throw 1 here. Now the windup and the 2-0 pitch. That is cued. As long as they don't turn 2, they might get out of it, but they will turn 2. As a slowly hit ball to Josh DeBost, to Connor Smith, to Ben Christian, as they turn the 6-4-3 double play. And just like that, an opportunity gone for naught for the Eagles. So we'll go to the top of the 3rd, still no score.
2-0 count.
He just threw 6 balls out of the strike zone. Keep it on your shoulder. Keep it on your shoulder.
I agree.
I'd make him throw 2 of them.
Well, hopefully the lights come on.
He said, that's what Fritz said. He said, hopefully you don't blow up. I can't believe Chester Hill hasn't fixed the scoreboard. In St. Joe's here, they had to have a scoreboard because they were Division II.
I'm sure, yeah. They were trying to build that turf field down there at PW.
Yeah.
People rallied against it.
Oh, really? Where the soccer fields are?
Yeah.
But he said, Flicker said they asked, there's a lot of lights out. So they asked him who they could call to replace them.
Now batting for the Methacton Warriors, number 12, Tyler Whitten.
So it's Tyler Whitten to get things going for Methacton, as they got to feel a little bit invigorated now, as certainly looked like the Eagles had a ripe opportunity to get on the scoreboard, but a 6-4-3 double play has helped Methacton evade any damage in the bottom of the second inning, and they'll try to get something going offensively with the left fielder Tyler Witten. Purrietto done a fine job so far. One hit, which should have been should have been caught. That ball is fouled way back and out of play, as he technically should be perfect through 2. If he was, I wouldn't have brought it up, because we all know when you talk about perfect games, there they go. Here's the windup and the pitch. Curveball's a beauty. No balls and 2 strikes, as Matt Hahn having a little bit of issues throwing the ball back to the pitcher. Doesn't have any problem throwing the ball to second base to throw a runner out, though. So we'll see what Purrietto wants to do right here, as he's got the jump on Witten. And Witten calls time, I think, trying to mess with the timing by Purrietto a little bit. See how he reacts. Gets his sign from Hahn. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Just got a piece to foul it back. Count stays at 0-2 as we see the fans begin to don their jackets and hats as the sun is going down. The temperature has creeped into the low 60s. Here's the windup and the 0-2 pitch. Again, fouled back and out of play as Witten continues to pester the bulky lefty, or the righty, I should say. Purrietto gets his sign from Hahn. The 0-2. Swing and a miss at a fastball. High heat. And Witten is retired.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 8, Josh DuBose.
So center fielder Josh DuBose now with 1 on, 1 out, nobody on. 0-0 game as we are in the top of the third, awaiting the lights to be turned on here at Latshaw McCarthy Field. Curveball misses high and away. Here's the windup. Swing and a miss at a fastball, and Purrietto's got some pretty lively juice on that fastball tonight, as the Methacton players have had a little bit of trouble catching up to it. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Big slow curveball is cute foul down the right field line. So Purrietto, he's got the jump on DuBose. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And I think we're getting pretty desperate with the baseballs now, as we have to wait for the ball to be returned when it is fouled. I've just been informed by the legendary Bobby Davis that we do have 36 baseballs on hand. Now Purrietto from the windup, the 1-2. Popped him up, got in on his hands, and it's going to be Jeremiah Levine who calls off Tyler Gorman, and that is the second out of the inning. Good communication there by Norristown, something we didn't see in that second inning.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 25, Kevin Trafford.
So the 9-hole hitter tonight for Methacton is Kevin Trafford, as he'll try to get a little 2-out rally started for the Warriors, who have not had an answer for Don Purrietto so far. And a curveball misses just a bit low. Purrietto's had good command. And the windup and the 1-0 pitch. Misses high and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Kevin Trafford. The 1-1. Outside corner, strike 2. So Purrietto's had a lot of success with that fastball, as Methacton has not been able to catch up with it. We'll see what Trafford can do right here. We'll see if Purrietto wants to go with some junk. The 1-2 pitch. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike. I must have misread the count there. Now it is 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. A little bit outside. So the count is run full to Kevin Trafford. Here's the windup in the 3-2. Curveball lined to center field, and it is going to fall in front of the center fielder, Christian Frias, who's unable to come up with it. And the first clean single from Methacton tonight is they're going to have a 2-out base runner.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 33, Perry Corda.
So the leadoff hitter now for Methacton, Perry Corda at the plate. Runner on. He's got the hole there on the right side. As a good piece of hitting there by the 9-hole hitter, Kevin Trafford. Served that ball in the center field. And Frias was unable to get it. Hahn couldn't get the ball out of his mitt. And taking off as Trafford, he successfully steals second base. Now Methacton with an opportunity to get on the scoreboard themselves after the Eagles had the bases loaded and 1 out in the bottom half of the second and could not score. Pereira comes from the belt. Fastball, strike. And you certainly see some issues between the Warrior players and the home plate umpire right now, as there seems to be a look on just about every strike call. Pereira from the stretch. Fastball, late on it is Corda. So 2 balls and 2 strikes as we are down to baseball number 32. Pereira, 2-2. Struck 3, called, and Corda can't believe it. But he's been consistent tonight, so an excellent job by Don Pereira. And we will go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Still no score.
Who was the guy you were talking about that is playing for the Diamondbacks?
Christian Walker
Oh, the dude from
used to play for Kendrick.
Yeah.
South Carolina.
How old a guy now?
Yeah, he's with the Yankees.
So Christian Frias is going to lead it off for the Eagles, as they got to get something going offensively here, as they have struggled not just tonight but most of this season in getting runners across home plate. And Frias, the 9-hole hitter, playing center field, will get things started. He takes a fastball over for a strike. Here's the windup. The 0-1 is cued to right field, and that's going to be a base hit. As hustling down the line is Frias, as he had to worry about the right fielder maybe coming up and trying the old 9-3 putout. Nevertheless, a leadoff runner for the Eagles.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 6, Ben Carty.
So Carty, the leadoff hitter now, will try to get a rally going here for the Eagles. There goes the runner, hit and run, and solid play at shortstop. And Josh Dubose, who's got a hose, retires Carty. Moving up to second base is Christian Frias, though.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 3, Antonio Dunn.
So Antonio Dunn now, a chance for the Eagles to get on the scoreboard. Runner in scoring position, 1 out. As he takes a curveball in the dirt, staying put at second base is Frias. As Tyler Witten's going to be active back there to try to keep that curveball in the dirt in front of him, not let Frias get to third base. High fastball, did he swing? He did not, according to the umpire. Tough angle to see there. Kind of close to second base, closer to the shortstop spot. Really difficult to see if that ball, that bat crossed the plate, but Dunn gets the benefit of the call, missing way away, as Colin Schrader seems to have bouts of control problems here every now and then. Then he can get it together with one pitch like he did in the second. and that 6-4-3 double play. So here's the stretch, the 3-0. Thrown in there is soft toss that one to get the call, get it over the plate. Now at the belt. 3-1. Almost hit him. And he's going to walk. So 2 on, 1 out for the Eagles.
Now batting for your Norristown Eagles, number 22, Dom Perrietto.
So Dom Perrietto now up for the Eagles, and there's going to be a mound visit here by Methacton head coach, as he'll try to settle the lefty down. This seems a little erratic right now. And Perrietto an opportunity to help himself a little bit. And that's going to be it for Schrader, as the book on him will be done. He'll go 2 1/3 tonight. He's responsible for the runners at first and second. And Methacton is going to make a pitching change here early on, not wanting to let the Eagles get ahead in this baseball game. See who they brought in? I can't see the 35. Ben Christian. Yeah. So in now for the Warriors is going to be number 35, Ben Christian. Christian, lanky right-hander, power pitcher. He can rush it up there pretty good. And the Eagles will have their work cut out for us here tonight with the pitching change. And just seeing what he's got so far, it certainly seems like he's got a bit of control. Lights have been turned on. Temperature has gone down, but still a lovely night for baseball. Has a few more tosses for Christian. Is that, can you see who's at first base for them now? I thought it was 15 maybe. We'll see. So an abnormally long time for the pitcher to get warm. They allowed now going out to go over signs is Witten. Make sure they're on the same page. But for Norristown, they got their best offensive player in Dom Perrietto with an opportunity to help himself and give the Eagles a lead. We'll see if he sits first ball fastball. If he connects, he can certainly give it a ride. So here we go. Christian takes over for Schrader. 2 on, 1 out, bottom of the third, no score. Lawn set and the pitch. Curveball's in the dirt. From the belt. The 1-0. Fastball. Misses away. Certainly a change in velocities here as Schrader more of a finesse pitcher. Ben Christian comes in with, he's a power guy, so it's going to take the Eagles a chance to adjust. They'll have to get their bat started a little quicker than normal. Now Christian, the 2-0 pitch, right down the heart of the plate. Perrietto wishes he had that one back as that was a hittable pitch. But that ball gets on you in a hurry. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Christian from the belt. And the 2-1 pitch. Fastball misses away. So 3 balls and a strike. Perrietto in a hitter's count here. as he'll have the opportunity to, you'd think, unload on something, should be near the plate. We'll see if Christian's going to come with his fastball or not. The 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. As he did. Looks like a little bit of a cutter there. Some movement on that fastball. So 3 balls and 2 strikes on Prieto. As he has to bear down now. Try to keep this rally going. Here's the stretch. The 3-2. Fouled back and out of play. As Prieto spoiled that pitch. So now the stretch. The 3-2. Fastball fouled back and out of play again. As Prieto continues the battle. Spoils the fastball. Tough spot he's in here. Got to protect against that fastball, but also if he goes off speed, got to have the patience to lay off or try to fight it off. So a quick mound visit by Tyler Witten. And we're ready to go again. Christian stares in and gets his sign from the belt. The 3-2 pitch. Fouled straight back. As Prieto, he's on his fastball. Just can't quite center one or barrel one up just yet. But we got quite a battle on our hands right now, as arguably the best offensive player for Norristown against the best pitcher for Methacton in quite a duel. Pitch number 9 of the at-bat is lined right at second baseman Connor Smith. He makes the play, and Prieto is going to be retired as he got in on his hands a little bit. Prieto just couldn't quite fight it off into the outfield.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 11, Matt Bates.
So it's Matt Bates with a chance to get the Eagles on the scoreboard now. Still 2 on, 2 out. Bottom of the third, no score. As the hard-throwing righty gets his sign. Pickoff play, and Bates tires of waiting. That is something we've seen Christian do, as he is very deliberate on the mound. Don Prieto did not call time once, and certainly to stay in that hitting position for a prolonged period of time, advantage pitcher. Christian ready to roll, and now the pitch. Fastball, outside corner for a strike. Nothing one to Norristown's powerful DH. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Curveball. Bates way out in front. So Christian's got the jump on Matt Bates. 0-2. And he's a strike away from seeing Methacton out of trouble here in the bottom of the third. That ball is cued to the shortstop. Easy play for DuBose as he flips over to Connor Smith. And he is retired. So we'll go to the top of the fourth. Methacton nothing, Eagles nothing.
Yeah, second base.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 11, Connor Smith.
So we're in the top of the fourth. No score, as the Eagles have had the better opportunities tonight. They left the bases loaded in the second, 2 on, 1 out in the third, and unable to get a run across. Methacton has not been able to solve Don Prieto so far. We'll see now going the second time through the lineup if they can connect against the big righty. But Connor Smith has started with a curveball on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Prieto, the stretch and the pitch, is that his cued foul. And once again, what's been dominant so far tonight for Prieto is he has been ahead of just about every hitter. As the control issues, which have been a problem at times this season, have not been an issue at all tonight, as he has been around that plate, and it certainly helps they've had a generous strike zone tonight as well. Now the 0-2. High and away for a ball, 1-2. Connor Smith, the second baseman. Excellent defensive player, responsible for turning that double play in the second to keep this game scoreless. Fouls that one back and out of play as the Stony Creek claims another baseball. We'll get a count from Bob Davis in just a few minutes. Prieto ready to roll. As that is grounded to the second baseman, Jeremiah Levine. Big easy hop. Throws in time. As it certainly looked like Chiodo came off the bag, but in time, and he is ruled out. 1 out to start the top of the fourth.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 13, Demetrio Rodriguez.
So now Demetrio Rodriguez, the third baseman. He looks to get things going for the Warriors tonight. Stretching the pitch, curveball just off the inside corner. As you can feel here in the press box, the temperature has dipped quite a bit over the course of the last 20 minutes. If there's a breeze, it seems to be blowing a little bit in from center field. That ball is popped up. Prieto's going to make the call, and he's going to make the catch. As he didn't want to leave anything to chance right there, makes the play himself.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 35, Ben Christian.
So now Ben Christian, as he was able to come in the bottom half of the third and get the Warriors out of trouble by retiring Prieto and Bates consecutively with a couple of runners on base. He is right on a fastball right there, but fouls it back. Don Prieto from the windup. And the pitch. Curveball. Called strike. And again, shaking their head as a Methacton player, but it's been pretty consistent all night. So Prieto from the windup. And the 1-2 pitch. Fastball fouled back and out of play. As setting up on the outside corner that time was Hahn. See, maybe they want to pound him in, not let this guy extend his arms, as Christian does have power to all fields. Here's the 1-2. Fouled back and out of play. Another carbon copy. As a steady diet of fastballs by Prieto. See if he switches up right here. He does, and he gets him to swing. And throwing down the first base, ooh, it was going to be Matt Hahn. And a little high, but nevertheless coming down with it was Chiodo for the last out of the inning. So once again, excellent job by Don Prieto. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. No score.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 10, Jeremiah Levine.
So here we go. We're going to start the bottom of the fourth. We have not had a runner cross home plate yet. Methacton and the Eagles tied at 0, and the first pitch is going to be fouled out to first baseman Logan Rambo, who just came into the game for Ben Christian. So 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 20, Chioki Bellamy.
So Bellamy now an opportunity for the Eagles, and he grounds out to the third baseman, and just like that, 2 pitches, 2 outs from the Methacton Warriors, and Ben Christian, very economical so far here to start the bottom of the fourth inning.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 18, Matt Hahn.
So Matt Hahn up to the plate now. Got to think he's going to take at least a pitch or two here. And you can see, I think the Eagles were probably instructed. You see a pitch, go after it. As not great contact earlier on the foul out, but hard ground ball on the second out of the inning. Big swing and a miss there by Hahn. Fastball over for a strike, and Christian certainly works a lot faster when there's nobody on base. As soon as I say that, he steps off the mound. I'll keep my big fat mouth shut from now on. Now he gets his sign. The 1-2 pitch. Misses low. He thought it was a strike. Won't get you many calls, borderline calls at least, if you question the umpires openly. 2-2's in the dirt, so the count has run full on Matt Hahn. Here's the windup and the 3-2. That is a strike on the inside corner as the curveball is a beauty. So 3 up, 3 down for Norristown in the bottom of the 4th. We'll head to the 5th. Eagles nothing, Warriors nothing.
Bonnet, 58. Top of 5th.
Third pitch limit?
100.
100, that's it?
Mm-hmm.
Can you finish the batter?
Yeah.
Like 98?
Mm-hmm. But, yeah, they used to go by how many innings you pitch, that's how much you had to rest between the week. Now they're going by how many pitches you throw. They said down south is like 120. That's a lot of pitches. Especially for 7 innings.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 22, Chris Douglas.
So we are ready to get underway here, top of the 5th, in an offensively challenged game. Methacton just 2 hits, 1 clean one. So Douglas leads off for the Warriors here in the 5th. Purrietto gets his sign, and he comes with a pitch, and it is fastball on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Purrietto's been all over this plate tonight. Economical with his pitches, his 59th pitch of the night here to start the 5th inning. Curveball misses away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Wind up in the 1-1. That's a curveball and a beauty. As he's had the Methacton Warrior players off balance all night, mixing in that curveball and that fastball. When he has been able to throw the fastball for a strike and they've made contact, they've been late. And check swing. Ball gets behind Hahn. Oh, they're going to – oh, I don't understand that right now. They checked after the catcher got the ball, not giving the player an opportunity to run to get the first base because he clearly would have got the first base in time. And I think a miscommunication by the umpires right here as they can. And I got to tell you, Methacton certainly got a beef right here, because there is no doubt the runner would have been safe. And an advantage eagle right there, as a fortunate call goes their way.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 3, Jordan Lucas.
So Jordan Lucas, with one out, grounds it to Jeremiah Levine. He makes the play to first, and just like that, there are 2 outs. And a disgruntled Methacton team right now, and probably with a right. As for those of you out there who don't follow baseball, maybe terribly close, if a third strike is dropped by the catcher or the ball gets behind him, the runner has, or the batter has, an opportunity to run the first base before being thrown out.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 12, Tyler Whitten.
And the refs or the umpires did not give the sign that he swung until Matt Hahn retrieved the baseball, and they were able to throw down and record the out. Whitten cues one down the right field line. It is a foul ball. Just foul, as that would have been trouble for Whitten, as he kind of inside outed it there, but just a few inches foul, but the umpire was right on that one. And a fortunate break again for the Eagles. 1 ball and 1 strike on the Methacton catcher as he cues 1 foul. So once again, Prieto ahead in the count, 1-2, and he's got another chance to get out of an inning with not too many pitches thrown, as the Eagles desperately want him to go as long as possible in this game. And we'll see if he can put him away here. He comes from the windup. The 1-2. Curveball, swing and a miss, a beauty. And Prieto makes light work of the Warriors in the top of the 5th. We'll head to the bottom. No score.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you just got to call that. If you're going to appeal, you got to appeal it as soon as that ball is going down.
Yeah.
He waits for him to get it and then appeals. That just can't
Yeah,
happen.
he would have been around.
Yeah,
around
that's-
first.
Is that a new pitcher? 19?
So we're in the bottom of the 5th, and we're going to have a pitching change now for the Methacton Warriors, as right-hander Zack Griffin now into the game as he replaces Ben Christian. Christian returns to his original position, first base.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 16, Tyler Gorman.
So now Tyler Gorman tries to get things started for the Eagles, as it has been a tough night offensively for both teams. He takes a fastball in the outside corner for the strike. 0-1 to the sure-handed third baseman. Curveballs in the outside corner for a strike, as Griffin has come out throwing strikes here. Here's the windup and the 0-2 pitch. Sprayed foul, and Gorman will stay alive. Might be one of those games whoever scores first wins. There's just 2 frames left unless we go extras. High and away for a ball. Could be an eyewash pitch. See if he comes with something slow here, something in the dirt. Swinging and missing an off-speed pitch, and often like they do in the majors. Something fast up high, get your attention up there, and then something slow and away.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 17, Christian Fritz.
So now it's Christian Fritz, the center fielder, the 9-hole hitter for the Eagles. Try to get something going here in the bottom of the 5th. Curveball over for a strike as Zack Griffin continues to pound the strike zone here. Foul backing out of play, and he's got the jump on Fritz. 0-2. You can see Griffin probably doesn't have the velocity that Ben Christian has, but he has pinpoint control, at least right now he does. And he'll come with an 0-2 pitch, and laying off is Fritz. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Eagle center fielder. Griffin gets his sign. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Curveball is a beauty. And down swinging's Christian Fritz for the second out of the inning.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 6, Ben Carty.
So now the Eagles leadoff hitter comes up, and something I've said quite a bit tonight. 2 outs and nobody on base. And he takes a curveball in the outside corner, and Griffin has started every hitter so far with something off speed and something over the plate. Takes another curveball in the outside corner. And this is another kid who doesn't waste any time, as this game is flying by. Swing and a miss. Late on a fastball was Carty. And Griffin makes quick work of the Eagles in the bottom of the 5th. So we'll go to the 6th. Eagles, Methacton. No score.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 8, Josh Dubost.
So here we go. We're ready to get started here in the 6th inning in a scoreless 0-0 tie at Latshaw McCarthy Field. And Prieto starts Dubost with a strike. There's a big wave and a miss by the 8-hole hitter, center fielder. Slow curveball, grounded foul down the third base line. And once again, Paredo's got the jump on a Methacton hitter. All these pitchers tonight, when they don't have runners on base, they move along pretty quickly. As we are just over an hour, we've played 5 innings of high school baseball. Fastball fouled into the Methacton, and 3 pitches in and out here as Dubost is retired out on strikes.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 25, Kevin Trafford.
So the 9-hole hitter now for the Warriors, Kevin Trafford, steps in against Don Prieto. Prieto's first pitch is a big overhand curveball for a strike, as he's had terrific command tonight of both his off-speed stuff and the fastball. And he has bewildered the Warriors hitters so far. Yeah, overthrew that one just a little bit in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Norristown themselves have had their own offensive struggles as the Methacton pitching has kept the Eagle offense at bay. Curveball misses away. 2 balls and 1 strike to Kevin Trafford. Prieto looks to redo his uniform. Now we're ready to roll. Trafford digs in, now the windup. And the pitch. Fastball outside corner for a strike. He gets his sign from Hahn. The windup and the pitch in the dirt. And it's a couple of fastballs that, instead of being 60 feet 6 inches, have been about 58 feet. You hope fatigue is not setting in. It's a good night to pitch as it's cool out there right now. Purrieto's been a workhorse so far this year, and they're going to need him tonight to go maybe 7, maybe even 8. Fastball in the dirt again, and Don Purrieto out of sorts a little bit with a walk, his first of the evening.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 33, Perry Corda.
So, Purrieto worked from the stretch, something he hasn't had to do too much tonight, as Methacton haven't had many base runners. Big lead over there by Kevin Trafford at first base. We'll see if they think about running here. Hahn 1 for 2 tonight on stolen runners have tried to steal. Purrieto misses low and away. Important that Hahn keeps that ball in front of him, too, as one run could make all the difference in this Pac-10 matchup tonight. Purrieto from the belt. Big slow curveball over for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Corda, the leadoff hitter for Methacton's done a fine job all season getting the plate started. There goes a runner. Hahn throws, and he is going to be safe at second base as a bang-bang play, and another laser by Hahn, but sliding in just safely was Kevin Trafford. And a man now in scoring position for the top of the Methacton lineup. I think Hahn thought he had him, but Trafford, I think, did get his foot in there. But a bang-bang play there as Hahn did all he could, but the agile legs of Trafford earned him a stolen base. Ground ball right side, foul. So big spot for a strikeout here if Purrieto can find a way to retire Corda. You got the big boppers coming up behind him. And trying to keep him close over there is Tyler Gorman. And tired of waiting is Perry Corda. He calls time. Now Purrieto gets his sign and the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out as he chased an off-speed pitch away. Corda upset with himself. Second out of the inning.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 11, Connor Smith.
So Connor Smith up now as the second baseman for the Warriors. Can give the Warriors a lead with a base hit. Kevin Trafford has excellent speed over at second, as we just saw with that stolen base. And he's getting a tremendous lead. Gorman doing what he can to keep him close. But Purrieto's focus right now has to be on the 2-hole hitter for the Warriors and try to keep this a 0-0 game. So Purrieto from the stretch. Pitch. That ball is ripped foul down the right field line, as out in front of a fastball was Connor Smith. But that's one of the more hard-hit balls that we've seen tonight on either side. Runner at second, 2 outs, no score. Top of the 6th inning. That ball is ripped up the center field, base hit. Trafford's going to come in. Play at the plate is going to be not in time, as overthrowing the catcher was center fielder Christian Frias, and a clean single up the middle as Connor Smith has given the Warriors a 1-0 lead. And finally the scoreboard is cracked, but it's cracked by the enemy. Warriors on top.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 13, Demetrio Rodriguez.
So Demetrio Rodriguez, the 3-hole hitter from Methacton. Try to give them a little bit of cushion. Purrieto's curveball's on the outside corner for a strike. As an excellent job of hitting by Connor Smith just previous as he lined a single into center. Christian Frias did all he could. I don't think even an excellent throw was going to retire Trafford as he rounded third base. He got an excellent jump and an excellent lead. So now the stretch by Purrietto and the pitch. Curveball that did not curve too much, 1-1. Here's the stretch. 1-1, big wave and a miss is way out in front of that off-speed pitch was Demetrio Rodriguez. Got to think he was looking fastball and didn't get what he thought he was going to get, and he was well out in front of that off-speed pitch. The 1-2. That is grounded to short. Rodriguez can run fast, but retiring on an excellent play is Tyler Gorman, as Rodriguez thought he was safe, but a nice play by Tyler Gorman, the short-handed shortstop, as the Eagles limit the damage. I think Methacton believes he was safe. Certainly bang, bang. But Methacton does get a run on a couple of hits. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th, 1-0 Warriors.
When I coached down here, I would take that dugout all the time so I don't have to walk across the field to go to third to coach. I mean, the other guy walked. That's done.
Now batting for the Norristown Eagles, number 3, Antonio Dunn.
So we're ready to start the bottom of the 6th, and the Eagles in desperate need of some offense as the Warriors, the first to get on the scoreboard with a run in the top half of the inning. And the first pitch of the 6th is fouled down the right field by Antonio Dunn. That ball is popped up. First baseman over to try to make a play and can't quite get there in time. Would have been tough to get there, as Ben Christian had to deal with a fence that separates the bullpen and the field. But Antonio Dunn now in the hole, 0-2. As Zack Griffin, since he's come in this game, has done nothing but fire strikes. He gets his sign, and the 0-2 pitch is waved at and missed. And down on 3 pitches, Antonio Dunn. 1 out.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 22, Dom Purrietto.
So Dom Purrietto now for the Eagles. Hits one to right field, but coming in on the play now is Chris Douglas. They're going to say that it bounced. I thought he made the catch. Tough to see where we are right here, as he backed up. As I think he thought that ball was hit a little harder than it was. Purrietto got it off the end of the bat, and it falls in front of the right fielder, Chris Douglas. And we'll have to see how they score it. And it looks like Purrietto, they're going to come in with get a pinch runner, as he is the tying run here.
Yeah, where's Mike?
Is there a Perna?
Yeah, Perna.
That's what I heard him say.
Yeah, he's running.
Pat
Perna.
Perna. So Pat Perna in now to run for Dom Purrietto, give the Eagles a little bit of speed. As we'll see if the Eagles can get something going here offensively.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 11, Matt Bates.
So Matt Bates, the powerful right-hander for the Eagles looks to try to get things going offensively. Perna back safely. We'll see if Perna thinks about stealing. Doesn't look like he's going to be on the move right now. And Bates takes a fastball right down the heart. Not going to get many better looking pitches than that to hit. But again, Griffin's kept him off balance between that off-speed stuff and the fastball. Set up on the outside corner. Ball actually comes inside, gets on Bates' hand, and Griffin's got the jump on Bates, 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Matt Bates, designated hitter for the Eagles tonight. Throw over to first. Perna back easily. And nearly tried the hidden ball trick. Perna did not fall for it. Now the stretch, the 0-2. High and away. Is they going to throw down the first base? Perna, who is mother's going to have to do laundry at the end of this night. Slides back safely. Now the stretch. And the 0-2. That is a curveball. That is not a strike. Actually, I think it hit him. Well, I don't know what. Well, I guess we're just going to call it a ball. I think Matt Bates thought it hit him, but certainly looked like it got a piece of the plate for what's been a generous plate tonight. But 2 balls and 2 strikes. And some fans letting the umpire know that they believe that should have been strike 3. But another life for Bates. Let's see if he can make him pay. The stretch and the 2-2. Swing and a miss. As he cut down on his swing, but could not make contact. Second out of the inning.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 10, Jeremiah Levine.
So Levine up now for the Eagles. 2 outs, runner on, and a fastball that I guess missed high. Your guess is as good as mine right now. Is not sure what is and what is not a strike. Popped him up. Infield. Should be an easy play. And it is, as Connor Smith puts it away. So once again, the Eagles turned away here in the 6th. We'll go to the 7th. Methacton 1, the Eagles no score. So here we go. Top of the 7th inning. And a relatively well-played baseball game. Just a 1-0 Methacton lead. That's the powerhouse Pac-10 team has had their hands full with Don Prieto tonight. Prieto's misses low as he started to bounce a couple of fastballs earlier in the 6th. I'm not sure if he's tiring now. He's got 12 pitches left. High and away for a ball. 2-0. Prieto comes from the windup. And the 2-0 pitch. Strike on the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike to Ben Christian. Curveball is a beauty. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Ben Christian. As Christian played a pretty big role in this game as he came in with 2 on and 1 out in the 4th and was able to retire the 2 batters and get the Warriors out unscathed. Now the windup and the 2-2 pitch. Fastball, blow him away as Prieto reached back for a little extra on that. His highest velocity fastball of the evening so far.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 22, Chris Douglas.
So Chris Douglas up for the Warriors now as he'll try to get a little one-out rally going. Purrietto comes with a pitch. It's a curveball, is a beauty. So forget about Purrietto tiring as he's got a handful of pitches left, but he is as sharp now as he was in the first and second inning of this game. Fastball in his kitchen. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the windup in the 1-1. Slow curveball is a beauty. 1 ball and 2 strikes as Purrietto has been able to have complete command of his off-speed stuff tonight. Now, time called. Crisp, cool evening now as what was a 70-degree day is now a 50-degree day. And here, painting the outside corner there is Don Purrietto as he walks off the mound pretty confidently, and he will be able to finish his last batter of the game.
Now batting for the Warriors, number 3, Jordan Lucas.
So Jordan Lucas up for the Warriors now. 2 outs, nobody on base. And they're going to say that he went as he chased the off-speed pitch. As Purrietto probably knows that he is going to be done after this batter. And he can let it all hang loose at this point as he has this inning. As curveball woefully short, but 1 ball and 1 strike. PIAA rule for pitchers, when you get to 100 pitches, you are done. However, you may finish the batter that you are on, similar to some Little League World Series rules that have been established over the course of the year to ensure the health of players. Curveball misses up high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Big swing and a miss and an off-speed pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Purrietto looks to finish a dominating evening, but unless they can get some offense going, it's going to be in a loss. He gets his sign. And the pitch. Misses up and in. So the count is run full. So an interesting situation. Should Purrietto not be able to retire Jordan Lucas, Norristown will be forced to go to their bullpen to try to get out of this 7th inning. Don't know if they have anybody up. Now the windup, well, as Purrietto has something in his eye. Here's the windup in the 3-2 pitch. Foul back and out of play. As Jordan Lucas will not go quietly tonight. So here we go all over again. Curveball, grounded right back to the mound. Easy play for Purrietto. He'll underhand over to Chiodo. And that's it. Excellent job by Don Purrietto as he throws 7 strong innings, 1 earned run. But unless the Eagles can get something going here in the bottom of the 7th, it will be in a losing cause. So we head to the bottom of the 7th with the Warriors of Methacton leading the Eagles of Norristown 1-0.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 20, Chioki Bellamy.
So here we go, bottom of the 7th. Desperate times for the Eagles as they trail the Methacton Warriors 1-0. Chioke Bellamy leads it off, and he takes a fastball high and away. So Griffin, who's coming in, did a masterful job so far. It's a fastball on the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. As Bellamy got to get something going for the Eagles. They've had several opportunities, but unable to get anything going. Swinging a miss and an off-speed pitch by Bellamy. And a lot of options here for Griffin. The 1-2. Swing and a miss at a curveball. There goes Bellamy. And the Eagles are down to just 2 outs left in this ball game.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 18, Matt Hahn.
So Matt Hahn, an opportunity to earn his way on the base and to give the Eagles a chance to extend this baseball game. Ooh, and he is hit in the head. Flows his bat over towards the Eagle dugout. As I certainly don't think that was meant to be on purpose. He was hit in the head, but it just grazed him. And I think Hahn just kind of maybe overreacted there a little bit, but he is a base runner, more importantly. And as the Eagles want to ensure nothing ensues from this.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 16, Tyler Gorman.
So Tyler Gorman, an opportunity for the Eagles as he takes a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Gorman had an opportunity earlier tonight, bases loaded, 1 out, and he hit into a 6-4-3 double play. Swing and a miss at a fastball. Couldn't catch up to Griffin's heat, and he is in the hole, 0-2. Here's the stretch by Griffin, and the pitch. Strike 3 called on the outside corner, and he makes quick work of Tyler Gorman. And the fate of the Eagles is going to be with number 17, Christian Frears.
Now batting for the Eagles, number 17, Christian Frias.
So the 9-hole hitter has the fate of the Eagles in his hands. 1 on, 2 out. Eagles trail by 1. Fastball's over for a strike. Griffin looks like he wants to get home and see the Sixers game. That ball is cued in the right field, and that's going to fall for a hit. And this game isn't over yet as rolling over the third base is the Eagle, and now they have runners at the corners on a clean single to right field by Christian Frias, and that'll turn the lineup over for the Eagles.
Now batting for Norristown, number 6, Ben Carty.
So just when you thought the Eagles were dead in the water, a little cue shot to right field by Christian Frias, at least temporarily extends this game as the Eagles have runners at the corners. Hahn, who was hit by a pitch, is the tying run at third. Frias is the game-winning run at first. The batter's Ben Carty. And certainly a single is going to tie this game. Anything that can find its way down the line, who knows? As Methacton's going to sit around and talk about this for a little bit, they'll make a decision to see if the Eagles are going to have any action on the bases here. Well, you don't want to take a chance and get thrown out and take the bat out of Carty's hands, but you give yourself a chance to steal a base, tie this game, or in fact win it with a hit. It's going to be a chess match right here down the stretch between Methacton and Norristown. We'll see how it works. As you got to think, if Norristown does steal, Methacton may not throw through. They do not want that runner, Hahn, at third to score unless it's going to be on a hit. So here we go. Griffin gets his sign, and he comes with a pitch. It's a fastball in the outside corner for a strike. He's had excellent control, as Tyler Whitten has not had to dance around too much to keep the ball in front of him, but a wild pitch would look mighty good to the Eagles right now, too. Here's the 0-1. Curveball, late swing and a miss. And he's got the jump on Carty, 0-2. So the Eagles, one strike away. The windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss to the curveball, and that'll do it. As Zack Griffin comes in and retires Ben Carty for the third out of the game. And in a hard-fought game, in a Pac-10 matchup between two rivals, the Norristown Eagles are on the south end of a 1-0 Methacton win. Excellent job by Don Prieto as he did all he could for his squad tonight, just couldn't get the bats going. So, for producer John Doyle, I'm Ian Morris. Good night, folks.